Jay, are you ready?
I'm so ready. Are you ready?
I think so. I guess. Welcome to our first podcast of Revealed Realities. Small Town Chaos. Literally, small town chaos. I guess we will get to introducing ourselves. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. I'm Jay. Jaden, I guess. Just Jay on here. Yeah, grew up from this crazy little town and wasn't originally born here, but here I am, and she married my classmate, and now here we are.
I'm Cass. I am not from here. I am from another smaller town in... Forgot to mention that we're from Montana.
Yeah.
Big Sky State.
You'd be surprised, but we do have power here, and we don't ride our horses to school.
Actually,
just kidding.
I have.
That happened on the last day
Like
of school.
8 miles to the school bus before in the middle of winter. That was exhausting.
And we have running water. And...
Sometimes.
Depends.
Unlike you the other day.
Minor problems.
It's fine. I guess we should start with like 3 fun facts about us.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Yeah, you want to go first this second?
Oh, shoot. Okay. Originally from Canada. Born there. Moved to Montana when I was younger. Still a Canadian citizen. Whoa. That is controversial. Like we don't need to talk about that. I guess I have been to 7 different countries. That's the most I've been out of the state of Montana. What was my other third fact that I wrote down?
Your high school graduating class had like...
Oh, we were going to talk about that just normally though. Surprise everybody with that.
My bad. Sorry guys. Spoiler alert!
Spoiler alert. I guess we only got 2 fun facts about me. So go ahead.
I was born not in this town. I was born actually in a city here in Montana, and then moved here, and yeah, was in the military for a little bit, and that was like the 3rd state that I've ever left. I've never really left Montana, so when I left, I guess that was like the 2nd state that I'd ever been to. I didn't take the COVID shot, so they said, see ya. So yeah, I've had a little bit of fun hardships.
Yeah, so we're both from Montana. We decided to make this podcast because small town life is actually crazy. Like actually crazy. All the time. Every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we don't think there's a lot of enough education on how actually crazy small towns are.
Your guys' mind's about to go... Actually, it's going to implode from all the information we're telling you, and then it's going to explode from everything that we tell you.
Yeah. That's a good way of putting it. Like, we are in the northeastern part of Montana, so there's 2 sides of Montana. You got your western side, and you got your eastern side. We don't talk about the western side, because we don't care about the western side, because that's all that Montana is known for.
Yeah.
Nobody ever talks about the eastern side of Montana, because it's bare and flatlands, and
there's really nothing here.
We got the breaks, we got the Missouri breaks, I guess, but that's really about it. Just thought that starting this podcast, we could get our voices out there and maybe not destroy many lives. Really? Maybe a little bit. Yeah. Our town that we live in has less than 100 people in it. Her graduating class had how many people?
6, including me, which is large. It's a large class.
The town that I graduated from, I only had 4 in my graduating class, including myself. And I didn't even go to graduation. Nope. They mailed me my diploma. I didn't want to go.
GED style.
Yeah, I was like, you can mail me my diploma, but I ain't stepping foot into that school again. No way. fun. Oh, I guess I have another fun fact about myself. The graduating class, I only had one boy. So,
Drama.
you know who you are. Love you long time. Well, should we
just hop right in?
hop right into this?
Hit the nail on the head, man.
What is life like to you living in this small town?
Sometimes it's simple, really unexpected a lot. There's been a lot of actually unexpected crazy things that have been happening.
It's like an everyday thing.
It is.
Like, even if you stay in your house, you will just randomly get a phone call.
You'll hear about it in 5 minutes.
Yeah. And the cop sirens do echo throughout this town. We know exactly what house you're at.
Yeah. Your neighbors.
Oh my gosh, don't even get me started on my neighbors right now. I can't with them. If the wind's going the right direction, I immediately get a contact high. Like, it goes through my vents, and that's when you know they're going to be on a roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Exhausting sometimes. Very exhausting.
Yeah. Gets really old real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the same shit happens all the time.
Yeah.
It's like from the same person, same couple people, you know, like it's nothing new, and then they start
mostly the same couple.
Yeah.
Mostly the same people.
Yeah.
All the time.
And then it's just nothing new. Like, it's entertaining for about 5 minutes, and then
you're over it. And you don't ever want to see them again, but you walk to the post office, the store.
Yeah. Or they throw a tantrum on your bar floors.
That day, oh my gosh, I remember that day like it was the back of my hand. I can't. I literally just told them. I was like, just drag them underneath the pool table. Leave them there. Let them throw a fit. I don't care.
Did that person get 86 that day, or was it a little bit after that when that person got 86?
That was like strike 2.
This person's had like chance like over and over again. Like, this person has been 86 from this bar, and then she fucking turns around, gets unbanned, goes in there, starts making messes again and causing shit, and then
back to the same spot she started at.
Gets 86 again. I think she's probably been 86 from the bars.
Multiple bars
town.
too.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just just this bar. It's multiple bars.
And how many times do you think she's been 86 here? 4?
Yeah, at least 4. It's crazy. And like, growing up in a small town like this, and you hear us girls, 21 and 24, talking about a bar, drinking and stuff. Drinking age for small towns is non-existent. There is not a drinking age, which, yes, it's very illegal. Don't come at us. But when you've got nothing to do around here, what do you expect for them to do? What do you expect these? That's why we're so kind of envious of Canada with the drinking age being 18 and 19. That's the only reason we're envious of them.
Yeah.
Of that country. But we can get away with so much stuff around here. Like,
there's only like 3 or 4 cops, I think, in like our county.
Yeah.
And our county's pretty big. So if something happens, you better hope that there's a cop somewhere close, because you will be SOL for like 30 minutes.
Same with the ambulance. Yeah, you don't want our volunteer ambulance.
What a joke.
It's the driver. You know who the driver is, right?
Yes. I guarantee if Bozo the clown came to he could get it.
I feel like I wouldn't want him to, if he showed up in the ambulance, to pick me up after
I would be fine.
I know, I'd be like, leave me here. I'll wait for the next county over's ambulance to come get me.
Walk it off.
Alright. Don't come get me. Oh my god.
That in our fire station, some of the fire station people.
Yeah.
I do love a couple people on there. Like, they're super awesome. Yeah. But then you just get a bunch of people who think they want to be important and cool, and
it just doesn't Yeah.
It's
Sometimes
interesting.
you feel safe, sometimes you don't. Like with small towns, you will always have community help. Your community is somewhat here to help you.
Yeah.
At a
Some
point.
people more
Yeah.
than others, but
And it's just a crazy situation all the time.
how do you keep yourself entertained here?
I work a remote job. I entertain myself in the house.
Cass doesn't leave her house.
No, I try not to. I did work at the bar for a little, not even for a little bit, for a long
For a
time.
long time.
And then I drove out of there by the
Crazy bar lady.
crazy bar lady, yeah. I got drove out of there by her because I couldn't deal with it anymore and felt like my life was threatened all the time when I was in there.
Waited
not-
for her.
yeah.
Waited for her
Yeah.
outside after Cass was closing.
Yeah, that's not okay. And no, like I'm not dissing on the bar or anything because this little town needs a bar.
Yeah.
This little town needs somewhere for people to go. But when it's a constant shit show all the time,
Mhm.
I can't deal with it.
And what's crazy about this is, so with our bar, instead of one bar owners, we have like way over half owner, and he's awesome. And then you have like this other person, his wife is the one that's usually causing all the ruckus, just so you guys know. And then there's that other little bar as you go down the store.
Oh, yes. The lovely little one that does not have a bar license. It does not have a bar license. Does not have a bar license. Or liquor license, whatever you call it.
Basically, if there's people that they don't like, they will try to convince everybody to leave the bar to go down to their little place, which is like 50 feet, if that, line away. And you would think that you want people to stay, like, here, stay in my bar, pay for your drinks, give us money, and
yeah, literally.
Logic is not there.
I love how the topic is just turned into this. We're gonna shit the bar. Not really. Like that bar is good. It needs to be here. People need to have something to do, and that's one place that people always go. You get your locals. We have one guy that always comes in at the exact same time. And if he is not in there by the time he usually is, I will send a search party out to find you.
He's a sweet
and
guy.
I am not joking. I will find someone to find you because I get worried. I'm like, oh crap, he's not here. What happened? I hope he didn't crash. No. And then you get your few people that are in there all the time that it's really nice. And then you get your little handful and you're like, crap, this night is going to go to shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I get anxiety over that because I don't want to deal with that. Trying to survive in the small town is real. Because you do kind of go stir crazy. Especially during the winters when there's nothing to do and the weather's crap. We just had negative 58 2 weeks ago.
And now it's
50 degrees.
tank top weather. It's fabulous.
Yeah. Weird. Summers are the best time
Yeah.
living in a small town because we live 10 minutes away from a lake. Not even a lake, it's literally called a reservoir. But you can still boat on it deep enough that you can boat on it. So that's awesome. So you got your skiing and tubing. You guys know what tubing is. I would hope you guys know what tubing is.
Yeah. Oh, and then this winter, I guess we went out there and
Oh,
your
yeah.
husband yank us on a tube on the lake on the ice.
Yeah, that was awful. We were covered head to toe in snow. It was like -6 that day too.
I couldn't see.
It was so cold.
I looked like Elsa.
So
I could have
cold.
busted out, let it go at any minute.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. How relationships work around here. So, I'll start out with my story on how I met my husband. Randy, I love you so, so, so much. Please don't blow yourself up today because I know that's what you're doing.
Because that Snapchat story I saw didn't seem
No, yeah. I was actually dating a guy up in this little town, and I was up here visiting, and we were out hunting, and my dear husband, Randy, was hanging around us, and we saw each other, and we just knew right away that we were meant to be with each other. And
She wanted to dip her current boyfriend right at the
oh
spot.
yeah, absolutely. And I'm glad I did. Because that's a whole nother episode. That's a whole nother episode.
He's on a list.
That's a whole nother episode. And yeah, so I dumped that boyfriend, and Randy and I dated for 3 years, 4 years, and then we just got married this past September. And so the fact that I was from a whole nother little small town in Montana, coming up here to this small town, which is 2 hours away, you have to expand your horizons with the dating pool. Because if you're just dating in that small town that you're living in, it literally is like a deck of cards. You shuffle and you draw again. Shuffle, draw again. That's what dating is in a small town.
My parents gave me a 50-mile radius. I couldn't date boys within a 50-mile radius because of the way people are.
Yeah, it is. So I found mine 2 hours away.
That's how far I was driving. I was driving, what, in high school, 2.5, 3 hours to go see mine?
Yeah.
My ex at the time.
Yeah.
That's not very sanitary. There was a hair on here.
It's probably my other neighbors. Out of his beard. Delicious. A little bit of protein added on there. Jay's gonna be getting married here in 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
Did you start on your invitations? Did you get some of them done?
Yeah, like 6.
Okay, good.
And yours is here too, so.
Oh, sweet. You only got 6 done the entire time you were out there?
Yeah, man. Kids are tough. Yeah, I'm getting married in June to my amazing fiance, Trevor. He's a pretty good guy. Just kidding, honey. I love you. Trevor and we're actually really good friends in middle school. Put me in the friend zone twice in high school. So I was like, whatever. Went on my merry little way, and I came back, and now here we are. We've been dating for this is going to be 2 years.
2 years.
In June, I guess. 3 days before our wedding is.
Mm-hmm.
5 days before our wedding is our 2-year anniversary.
Nice.
Yeah.
Why didn't you do it on your anniversary? Is it like a Monday?
It was in the week. We did the closest we could do.
Oh, that's funny. So yeah, relationships in a small town is hard. You gotta expand your horizons. You gotta go to other towns. You cannot date in your town. Yet look at all the couples around here, like married couples around here. They all went to school with each other.
Mm-hmm.
They'd be no way. Granted, I did date the only boy in my class, but it was like my first ever relationship, and that was not right. We were meant to be best friends, and now we are the bestest friends
yeah,
in the entire world. Like, we talk to each other every day.
I'm sure you can just hear me munching on my jerky through my microphone.
Oh, probably.
Fucking big back.
So you gotta get out. Don't, because 99.9% of the time you are probably related to that person. Probably.
Oh,
related.
yeah. And to be honest, most of the people who I know, besides, I feel like my family takes up a lot here in Seiko. Like, I have so much family.
You're related to most of them. The ones that start with K. Right? Mm-mm. I thought so. Mm-mm. Oh, yeah, that's the one I was trying to say. That's the name that was in my mind. The other, some type of crazies. Huh. Let me just keep putting money in the machines and not get anything out of it. Most of my boyfriends I had were way, way far away from town.
Yeah.
Except for when I was freshman dating a senior in my high school.
Hey, that happens.
Granted, I was an old freshman. I was 15 when I was a freshman. I wasn't 14. I was 15. And he was 17. So it's not like super illegal. My parents approved. It was fine. It was fine.
It was consented.
Yeah, it was consented.
Well, hello, Miss Ma'am.
Sorry, my dog just came into the...
Sorry.
Oh, the Canadian in me coming out.
Do you want to come sit up here?
No, she's gonna cause a disaster. Don't tinkle, please. Go.
Don't tinkle, please. I slowly just kept on watching her head get closer and closer, poking out of that hole. You are editing a lot of stuff out, right?
Yeah.
No, good.
It's fine. If we have a bit. It's funny.
Good, because I just ripped the neck.
We
weren't really talking.
Ripped
So.
in the neck. Oh my God. What other things would you say about living in a small town? What do we want people to expect when listening to more of our episodes? More chaos. We have so many stories.
Yeah, and we're taking stories too, all anonymous if you want to send them in.
Yes, because we already have a few actually coming in that we will have a special guest the next episode, our second episode. My best friend, Zoe, she's coming out. So she will be our other special guest, so that'll be really nice to have her.
My sister will be on one of them, so that'll be really fun. Actually, I don't know. I feel like we're going to have to be editing a lot of stuff out.
Why?
With Jessa. Oh, yeah.
With Jessa, you think you're going to?
She can't keep her mouth shut to save her life.
You know what? That's fine. That's the whole point of this. It's just to talk and just to get shit out.
Yeah, until she doesn't give a shit anymore and she just starts name dropping everybody and there's going to be a lot of beeps, beep, beep, beep.
I can't with all this. We got bored is the main reason we started this. We got bored.
Yeah, actually, I kind of nonchalantly brought it up on a bachelor night when we were over here and we were just kind of dogging on some of the girls and like, yeah, we should start a podcast, and yeah, now here we are.
Don't say it in front of me, because I'll take it all the way. I did my research. I did all this. I'm ready for all this, and we're ready to expand everybody's knowledge of small towns. I want everybody to know what it is like living in a small town. We literally are doing this podcast in my trailer house in the add-on.
Double wide. So another thing, because so like our schools, when it comes to our schools, we're very, very small.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have enough kids to have a basketball team.
Yeah, we had the co-op. We co-op with other schools.
We had to co-op with 2 other schools just to make a basketball team.
Yeah, that's how we were in my high school. We co-oped with another school for football and basketball.
Yeah.
And volleyball. We don't have baseball. We don't have soccer. We've got the 3 main sports. Football.
We got track, volleyball, basketball, and then if our boys want to play football, they got to go to the next town over and co-op with them, which isn't really that bad.
No, it's not that far of a drive. Granted, the town that we're talking about only has like 3,000 people in it. It's not that big.
If that,
it's considered I think I had to look it up. It's considered a Class B, so Class B has around like 3,000 people, I think, to be considered that. And
that's crazy.
Yeah, you got to co-op schools for sports, which honestly is another reason why, another like pro thing about small towns is then you get to meet other people and you get to see other schools. Same with like joining FFA and FCCLA and BPA.
We don't have that here though. We have BPA. Yeah. We used to have 4-H, which my mom was the leader for it for a while after. But then it was just me, my 2 siblings, and then 3 other kids. And then my mom was like, I'm tired of doing all the work. I'm done. And nobody wanted to do 4-H after I graduated. So my mom quit doing it. Nobody stepped up. And now I don't even have a 4-H program anymore.
In such a small farmer town, you need something that's agriculture related in schools in these small towns like FFA.
I get really jealous because then I see all these like big schools, they get like home ec classes and I'm like,
I had a home ec class. It was awful. My home ec class was awful. I remember my teacher wouldn't let me leave the classroom because I was saying ketchup wrong. She literally wouldn't let me leave the classroom because I was saying it wrong. She wanted me to pronounce it catsup. Like an old catsup, like an old person. I'm like, no, it is ketchup. I am Canadian, people. I know how to pronounce ketchup. I love ketchup. Ketchup chips sponsor us.
Oh
Please.
my gosh!
My pantry is full of ketchup chips.
She one time brought a bag home with her from Canada, and I think I ate almost that whole bag just sitting there that night.
It's so good. They're so good. But yeah, she wouldn't let me leave the classroom until I said catsup. And I think in my mind I was saying all the mean words to her. I was so mad. And I was only like 14. So mad. So mad. Granted, she was old. I don't know if she's still alive. I have no idea. And then after she left, we got FFA. I loved my FFA teacher. Such a cute little old man.
5th grade teacher. She was a whole nother
wait, before you start, I have to say this. We combine classes. Like, our 1st and 2nd grades are together, 3rd and 4th are together, 5th and 6th are together, 7th and 8th is together.
Mm-hmm. No, K1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, that's not how we did it in our school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, kindergarten was by itself. And then we had 1 and 2 together, 2 and 3 together, 4 and 5 together, 6 and 7 together, 8th and 9th together, and then on, we were still together.
Yeah.
We had juniors and seniors together.
Yep.
To make the classes bigger. So we would all take the same classes.
Yep.
Like, we weren't all separated.
Yeah. No, we had this 5th grade teacher. She was mean. Very mean. And there was another, one of my friends was in 4th grade. So we were, like Cassidy was saying, combined. And he had, this is so stupid, it's funny. He had sandals on and he had socks on with his sandals. And he's sitting in his chair and she was like, you need to take off your socks. You don't wear socks with sandals. And this kid is like, no, I'm not taking my socks off. Like, I'm leaving. She's like, that is disgusting. You don't wear socks with sandals. And he's sitting there and he's like, what the heck? And she's like, you need to go to the office. And this poor kid was like, I'm not going. We'll call him Ben. Ben was like, I'm not going to the office. Like, why would I do that? And she's like, fine, if you're not going, I'll drag you down there. And I shit you not, on those plastic chairs, they didn't roll, grabbed his foot and dragged Ben down the hallway to the principal's office because he wouldn't take his socks off with his sandals. Take his socks off with his sandals.
That just brought a whole story up to my mind. And I know that Jacob will not mind that I say his name in this because it's about Jacob. I love you, Jacob. I have to tell this story since we're talking about like how small our schools were and how close we were, that we all just like turned into like a little dysfunctional family because you had to deal with each other. Okay, anyways, Jacob one time was mouthing off to, I don't even know what she was. I'm not even gonna say, I could say her name, but I'm not going to. And she beat Jacob with a broom in the back of the bus. And the story's probably gonna go out and everybody's gonna be like, oh, I know who did that.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
gosh.
yeah, you know who did that. And beat Jacob with the broom in the back of the bus because Jacob was like kind of mouthing off to her. But she would just cause havoc all the time. This lady would. Teacher, aide, whatever you want to call her. She was crazy. She also would get so mad at us when we were like walking out of the school and we'd like put our ball caps on. And we were putting our ball caps on just to walk out the door. And she'd be like, take your hats off. It's disrespectful in the school. As she had a hat on. Like, girl, what?
I will never understand. Why is wearing a hat in school
it's disrespectful, really.
But why?
Because you don't eat with one, like at the table, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of the same thing.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
Because on Spirit Week, they're like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Come in a mini skirt and fishnet leggings for Spirit Day if you want.
Yeah, real though.
We did have a math teacher, and her husband and one of his buddies was just us three and then another kid in the class at the time. Our math class was small because some kids didn't take math. There was a bucket.
Choose if you took math?
No, because we weren't special ed.
Oh. Oh. That's a whole nother episode too.
So there was this bucket with this face Drew on it, and our teacher used to put it on heads in our class and beat them over the head with the ruler with the bucket on their head. Like, he drew this weird face on it.
What's wrong with my husband? It was probably my husband. Was it? Yeah.
A couple times. Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. Small towns.
Yeah, small town school where we get beat with a bucket on our heads.
Excuse me.
I got.
Excuse me.
I remember we had a music teacher that would throw stuff at us all the time. He would throw like markers, and it got so bad that it was like chairs and stuff. So I know he didn't last very long because then we got another music
Anger
teacher, like,
management.
the next semester. Yeah. He looked like an Oompa Loompa. He literally was like, yeah. Yeah. It was so crazy. Small towns are just absolutely chaotic. And granted, this is our first episode, so it probably just sounds like we're rambling on about stupid stuff.
I promise we'll get somewhere someday.
Next episode's gonna be pretty good though. We've kind of got that all lined out.
Yeah.
And this is just a practice. Not really. This is actually like going out there, but this is our very first one, and I'm so proud of us for starting this.
Yeah, so am I. I was really excited when she comes
Even
over to
though
my
she
house.
was 2 hours late today because
Long
she
night.
took too many shots at the bar last night
Sorry, honey, I love you.
and
Yeah.
lost her car keys.
Yeah, and I drove home, so I don't know what I did with that.
Yeah. So,
Hello, I thought you were supposed to be in the mud room.
Scout, go.
Ben.
Go. Go. That'll be edited out. Yeah. And I wouldn't want to film a podcast with anybody else.
No, me neither.
Because this is what we do anyways. We just talk.
Sit here
And we
and
just
talk.
talk. We should start a podcast. Since we just talk anyways.
Yeah.
And how it's going right now is how we talk most of the time. We'll be like, oh wait, another topic came up, we have to talk about this right now.
Yeah.
If she's in like mid-sentence, I'll be like, stop.
The switch up. The switch up is crazy.
All the time. I don't even know how long we've been going.
Neither.
No idea.
It's
This is
okay.
great.
Yeah, we can
This is
just.
wonderful. Wrap it all up. Expect our next episode pretty soon after I get back from my trip with our special guest. Hopefully. I'm praying that she's coming out. She says she is.
Oh, that'll
So,
be fun. Yeah, it'll be good.
And the next episode is about love and the small town ties of.
That one's gonna be good!
It might be really chaotic. Like, you might have to keep up with us.
Oh my gosh.
We gotta come up with some code names.
I already got one. Karen?
Yeah, Karen. Duh.
Drunky?
Not my phone going off in the middle of the podcast.
I just peed a little. That scared the shit out of me.
Well, we hope to expect a better outcome. I feel like this went as good as it could have.
Yeah. We kind of. She did her research. I didn't. I'm going in blind, just listening to what she tells me to do, and it's pretty much how it's been.
Are you the co-host?
We're both co-hosts.
Both co-hosts. Yes, we are both co-hosts. That was so Canadian of me. Did you hear that?
Co-host.
Co-host. I sounded kind of hooder right there.
Okay, Trevor.
Yeah, okay, Trevor.
Yeah, he grew up. My fiance grew up like a mile from a colony, a Hutterite colony. Hutterite. How do you even say? I say Hutterite, but so he knows a little bit of German, and not the nice kind of German. Yeah. He's naughty. Naughty.
That just sums it up. Should we wrap it up? All in good?
Yeah. What's our closing like?
I don't know.
Next on Revealed Realities.
If you know the stories, no, you don't. If you know us, no, you don't. Mind your own business.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time on our next episode of the Revealed Realities, Small Town Chaos.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
I feel like my microphone wasn't on.